So, in my checklist book, I got a quick checklist on business tax preparation, tax deductions. Let's check it out. So, yeah, in this checklist, I kind of just go over the basics of what you need to keep in mind when it comes to your tax obligations if you run a business. So, for example, you're going to have a personal tax obligation, state and federal. And if you live in states that don't have state income tax, then you don't have to worry about that. You can just forget about it. Otherwise, you're going to have to pay state and federal. And then on the business level, you'll have state and federal taxes as well. And just like those income-free states, you don't have to pay business tax in those states, like Wyoming, Washington, Texas, etc. So keep that in mind. Then, when it comes to tax deductions, and this is the real kicker, granted, why are you going into business for yourself? Well, to make money, but also to save on your taxes. And if you could show that your expenses are linked to your business income, you could reduce your business tax liability and your personal tax liability. So take a look at all these expenses that you could deduct. And there's a lot of them. And depending on what you do, there's a lot you could deduct. Now, keeping track of your income and expenses, hey, if you're just starting out and you don't have the software to track your expenses, like QuickBooks and a few other things, well, your bank statements are all you need. Your bank statements, monthly, keep a record of them. Download them from your online banking account. Track your income, which are your deposits. Track your expenses. Divide them up. Separate the personal from the business. Personal, those expenses, food, clothing, shelter. Everything else, possibly, could be a business deduction on your taxes. Pretty cool. And then just itemize them when you do your taxes. Now, when you do your taxes, you're going to have to do state and federal. But are you going to hire someone? If you hire someone, great. But, what's that cost? $200, $300, $500? Learn to do your own taxes on TurboTax.com. It is so simple. I've been actually using TurboTax for 10 years. They ask you the basic of questions. They handle the updates in the tax laws. So if there's a new tax law, they're going to ask you that question. If there's not, they're not. TurboTax.com. Really great for doing personal taxes. And then for the business, all you got to do is go to Amazon, for example, and then type in the type of business that you do. And in this example, this is 2022 tax software. If you have a partnership or a corporation, LLC, etc., and just get the download and download it to your computer and then do your business taxes first. Take all your income, run it through the business, and then take your expenses, run it through the business. Typically, in most cases, the business will zero out. So on a state level, the business owes nothing. On a federal level, the business owes nothing. And then what gets transferred, money-wise, to you is what your personal tax liability is. So check this out. It's a good little checklist if you want to kind of peruse it and get familiar with tax deductions, what are some ways to reduce your tax liability, and different things like that. It's not too complex. And if you like it and you want it, well, just simply go to the video description box underneath this video and just click on this link here, and that'll take you to the Google Doc that you can print, save, download, make a copy of. It's free. Or you can get the print version of this book, which takes you over to Amazon, and you can actually buy the book and then mail it to you. You'll have it in hand, and you get all 70 checklists with the book. Kind of cool. Well, hey, I hope this checklist kind of helps you out a little bit. And if it does, great. All right, let's continue to the next checklist in this series.